All right, here we are for round two. We're going to discuss our steak fajita quesadillas now, and as you can see, I have a smoking hot countertop griddle. This thing works amazing. I use it for everything, and probably my favorite is simply warming up tortillas. Now, because I got this already pre-cut and pre-washed and ready to go from the salad bar, there's going to be almost no preparation. So I'm going to go ahead and separate my peppers and onions from my steak at this point and get them going. Steak's already cooked, guys, so I don't have to do anything to that except for heat it up. So right now what I'm going to do is get this started. I'm going to take a little bit of oil and just run it across the griddle like that. I'm going to grab one of my little wooden spoons and go for it. I was super excited today when I went to the grocery store because they had no green peppers, only yellow and red. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand green peppers. I think that the other colors have so much better flavor. And red onions, they just have a better color, so I thought those would be a good choice today. Now these aren't going to need a lot of attention. I'm just going to let them chill like that for a minute. I'm going to grab a little salt and pepper though because I like to season my veggies. Going to add just a little bit of kosher salt, just right to the top of those. Anytime you use salt, it automatically brings out the moisture in whatever you're cooking, so it's going to help speed up the cooking process. I have freshly cracked pepper that I cracked myself. I'm going to put that right on top of there. And because I can, I'm going to add a little Mexican oregano. Anytime you use dried herbs, you always want to make sure and break up those oils in them by crushing them up in your fingertips or in the palm of your hand first. Alright, we're going to give these a little bit of a stir again. And those are done. Those are going to be waiting on us. I'm going to add a little bit of the steak. And I'm just going to add it in with the peppers and the onions. And again, we're only heating this through. You don't need to cook it. Especially if you don't like well done steak like me. What a way to ruin a steak. Alright, this is just going to take another minute or so. You can see already I have great color on these peppers. Oh boy. I wish you had smell-o-vision. Alright. So while this is cooking over here, I'm going to get started on my tortilla. Make a little space for myself here. My number one tip in cooking and making it fun, clean as you go. Alright, I'm going to take that same oil and just brush a little bit across my tortilla. This doesn't need a lot of oil, guys. You're not trying to deep fry it. Move that over. I'm going to put my tortilla right down on the hot griddle. I'm going to add my cheese. Now because we're doing it on the griddle this time, I'm only going to apply the ingredients to half of the tortilla. That is going to keep the other half free to be folded over easily. Oh man, this is going to be fantastic. Alright, I'm going to get a little spatula here. Move this directly from there to top in the cheese. Make sure and get all these great, look at that color on that vegetable right there. Bam! That is money. Alright, save these for another one. And then I'm going to use my spatula, just pick that up. Go like that. Oh boy. Good stuff. I'm going to leave that sit and let it just take care of itself for just a minute. I'm going to grab a plate, very gracefully apparently, and transfer the rest of this to a plate so that it doesn't burn. One of the greatest tricks of the trade that I have ever learned was from a chef that I worked with back in 1997, I do believe, in Wichita, Kansas. And he said, anything you're going to use to saute or grill or fry or or anything, you never ever want to submerge it in water. You never want it to get wet to the point where it ruins the seasoning on there. Alright, this is almost ready to flip, so right before I do that, I'm going to again add just a little bit of cheese as glue. Close that back up. Flip this sucker over. Look at that! Fantastic! Alright, so to preserve all of this deliciousness that is currently on my griddle, just cooking away, I'm going to take a regular dry paper towel and get it, and just give it a wipe. I'm going to take all these little particles and wipe them right down into the little hole that's conveniently located on there for me. Now it's going to stop smoking. It's going to take all that flavor that we just imparted and just rub it right in. Almost perfect. I like to smash it down a little bit here and there to make sure that it gets even heat throughout the entire thing. Alright, that looks pretty good, guys. Woo, it's hot. We're going to cut it once down the middle, another one this way, one more time this way, and it's going to go on the plate ready to eat. Now, one of the things that I brought home from the grocery store and my wonderful salad bar adventure are all the good dipping garnishments and condiments that come alongside of a quesadilla. All total today, all 3 quesadillas, including the condiments, cost me less than 15 bucks to make. So, I have all this little bit of salsa here. You can't have a quesadilla without salsa, right? I have guacamole. Add a little of that there. And one last thing, sour cream. My favorite. And last but not least, because hey, we're spicy, I'm gonna add just a couple of quick jalapenos. It's ready to go. Took about 5 minutes total and cost less than $4 to make.